This is madness. Utter madness. He kept laughing, ha! Yet tears streamed down his face. He, Prince Lu Huan, had defended the border for years, yet he had never witnessed a scene as absurd as today's. Everyone turned their eyes to Lu Zhou. One could almost understand Lu Huan's mood right now. A prince who holds the frontier all year round, protecting Great Yin. He was respected by his people and had thwarted countless conspiracies and enemy invasions. He had endured untold suffering. Logically speaking, the father he trusted and respected most, Emperor Yongning, must be him. The emperor had sent 4 generals to monitor his every move. Perhaps he wasn't finding this amusing. Your Highness, 2 of your subordinates have stopped him. The 4 generals looked at the river. We have no choice, one said. This is Emperor Yongning's strategy, entrusted with this mission. Even if we die, we must try. Someone experienced in the battlefield was naturally different from ordinary cultivators. Once they committed to something, they wouldn't change easily, vowing not to rest until their goal was achieved. They can't even withstand a single trick. You also think you're worthy of fighting a 6-leaf expert. Si Wuya said casually. The 4 of them looked at each other. At this moment, Si Wuya's hands came together, and the scholar's wings on his back dispersed, then merged once more into his palms, leaving his hands empty. Si Wuya didn't soar into the air. If you wish to die, allow me to grant your wish. The 4 generals looked at the other side. The hope of victory had become extremely remote. Si Wuya was far more formidable than they had imagined. Obviously, only a 6-leaf cultivator could seriously injure them. The 4 generals were not lightly injured and couldn't continue fighting unless they risked death. But that was pointless. There was only one among them left who could still fight. The 4 generals understood very well. In the end, they only faced death. Unfortunately, they had no way back. The moment they set out to attack Lu Zhou, they couldn't turn back. He didn't believe Lu Zhou could turn the tide. They'd seen Lu Zhou constantly using his primal chi, an old man on the verge of death, yet with so many tricks. A faint scream, filled with discontent and disbelief, escaped his throat. Even if there was no hope, they had to try. Lu Zhou couldn't help but shake his head. Forever is forever. Finally, what tricks did Si Wuya use to make them so confident, willing to die for you? This is the true spirit of a death warrior, the will to face death without flinching, steadfast yet accepting. A pity it's used in the wrong place. A 6-leaf avatar appeared in the air, attacking towards Lu Zhou. They were injured. Now, there was only one way to deal with it, a chance to turn the tide. Lu Huan's laughter suddenly died down. He said seriously, I don't want to fight the evil sky pavilion. Catch them. He pointed to the 4 generals. Perhaps the psychological attack had made him make a decision no one could understand. The 2 generals were stunned. Shaking their heads, they lowered their voices, save His Highness. Only these 2 loyal men remained, obeying his orders. The 2 men hurried towards the other 4 generals. At the same time, Si Wuya threw his Confucian sacred text into the air. The text spun rapidly, shooting out countless energy bullets at the 4 generals. Immediately, countless seals and energy blasts erupted, sweeping through the sky. Master, fall back. Hua Wudao's expression turned grave. How come? Bai Yu clutched his chest and asked. They're using vitality elixirs. The 4 great protectors of the Nether sect quickly ordered the disciples to retreat. In the blue sky, primal chi vibrated violently. The effect of the vitality elixir was to consume one's own potential to forcibly acquire power from nature. This would leave the entire area drained of energy, forming an energy vortex. Only those with sufficiently strong cultivation could withstand the storm. Previously, Yi Tianxin had also used a vitality elixir to maintain her peak state. The 4 generals before them all had vitality elixirs. This was not surprising. The laws of Great Yin strictly prohibited the use of raw vitality elixirs. But now, these 4 under Emperor Yongning were using them again. What did this mean? People didn't even think about the source of these elixirs anymore. They were all trying to get away. The air in the sky churned. The 4 generals were seriously injured, but still capable of stopping the energy vortex. Little Yuaner was also amazed, looking up at the sky. Master, Bai and her mount slowly moved closer behind her. At this moment, with Bai Zhe gone, she could only rely on this mount. A pleading look appeared in Little Yuaner's eyes. In the sky, Lu Zhou saw the 4 generals generating primal chi in a formation. It wasn't surprising. Lu Zhou, in fact, was only at the nascent soul divinity realm. If he wanted to withstand a natural tornado, he could. But if attacked by 4 generals, Lu Zhou would have to use items. He fought with 2 generals. The other 2 assisted their attack. They had weapons of mass destruction. Lu Zhou was still alone. He could fight back 2 of the 6 wounded. 2 of Lu Huan's men also rushed in, surrounding one person. One of the other generals unleashed yellow primal chi. Golden light suddenly flashed as he jumped high, then rushed down, attacking towards Lu Zhou. Lu Zhou lifted his hand. Unnamed appeared, transforming into a shield, surrounded by primal chi. The yellow primal chi cylinder hit the shield. The general coldly said, "You're weak." He could feel it. The old man before him had become extremely weak, like an ant crawling on the ground. If he used just a fraction of his power, he could crush him. "You've exhausted your primal chi." He lunged at Lu Zhou's body. In the blink of an eye, as he charged, a blue lotus appeared at Lu Zhou's feet. Pale blue light radiated from his body. The hand that held the shield transformed. Unnamed became a sword. Black inscriptions appeared on the sword. He slashed out with a resounding blow. The general's body was cut in two. Lu Zhou's face was calm. A blue light shot forward from his hands like a hawk catching a chick, grabbing one of the general's remnants. His body was broken. Lu Zhou crumpled it in his hand. The surrounding energy vortex seemed to be sealed. The vitality elixir only transported primal chi. One just needed to disrupt their primal chi field. It was useless to use the elixir then. "You can use a dual-bladed sword?" Lu Zhou's eyes were like fire, a blue glow within them. He stared at the general before him. The general was now filled with fear. He realized now, the old man before him was like a demon from the bottomless abyss, unshakable. Just now, the enemy's feigned weakness had paralyzed his thoughts and judgment. Those sharp eyes seemed to see through everything. A hand like iron tightened his throat. "This is one of the most powerful forms of meditation," Lu Zhou said, word by word, as his hand pressed down. "Your rival uses a vitality elixir. You can't tie down their durable fighting force. You can only strike once with all your might." The old man only used his hands, not the heavenly writing power. 5 fingers radiating blue light quickly tightened. The general turned his head. His neck was completely broken. Lu Zhou loosened his grip. The general's body fell to the ground. Lu Zhou kills a target. Harvested 1,500 merit points. The blue light on Lu Zhou disappeared. The power of the heavenly writing was used up. Seeing this scene, the 4 great protectors of the Nether sect were not just agitated. What was the great tribulation of life, and what was the 6 lowered? The elder's demeanor was no less than that year when the executioner left the house. Lu Zhou placed his hands behind his back. They didn't seem to see the battle in front of them. The more Lu Huan's men beat him, the more. They weren't hurt before, so there was nothing strange about this. On the contrary, the enemy was getting weaker and weaker. Lu Zhou had used up his extraordinary power. Now, if he wanted to help, he could only use items. But he had no intention of using them. The sound waves bounced back and forth. The weaving heaven shuttle landed on his back, transforming into giant, widespread wings. The enemy was using vitality elixirs, becoming extremely violent. "Senior Lu," Zhao Yu called out in a low voice from a distance. The old senior likes to watch the show. Lu Zhou stared at her. Her whole body trembled. She quickly said, "Please listen to my explanation. I went with him to Liang province because I wanted to monitor his movements. If you let Yu Zhenghai do as he pleases, the 4 great Dharma kings will soon abandon us." Lu Zhou, with his 6-leaf cultivation, nodded. "This is Jiang Aijin's idea?" Zhao Yu was embarrassed, laughed, and said, "This type of item doesn't matter. The old man must go." She lifted the cloud feather raiment in her hand and jumped, her body moving to the combat zone as fast as lightning. The cloud feather raiment in her hand spun. The paper umbrella-like sent her flaring out an air shield, covering the area below. The parting hook of the Emoli sect. Lu Zhou saw her condition. The parachute-like item in Zhao Yu's hand was called a cloud feather raiment. When it moved, it shot out in 4 directions. There is nothing that can overcome the old man. Zhao Yu soared into the air, her 7-leaf avatar blooming. Her avatar, 8 Zhenghai, combined with the cloud feather raiment, attacked from the side. The general was sent flying backward, spitting blood as he faced the sky. "Thank you for your kind assistance." Siwuya jumped up, the wings of his Confucian avatar shooting out characters that filled the sky, crashing into the general's primal chi field. The vitality elixir's effect was broken. At the same time, the cloud feather raiment multiplied from 2 to 4, then 4 to 8, gradually obscuring the sky, coordinating with Siwuya to continue attacking the 3 generals. They killed the target, harvested 1,500 merit points. 3 people fell into the ruins below Liang province. Even if they had vitality elixirs, it didn't mean they had infinite power. It was absolutely quiet around. The tornado, the same principle of bravery in the air of Jiangha City, very quickly settled down. Zhao Yu retrieved her cloud feather raiment. Then she, Siwuya, and the 4 princes backed away. Lu Zhou glanced at the 3 generals smashed under the rubble and silently shook his head. Of the 3, only one was killed by Siwuya, obtaining the merit score. He reluctantly accepted that. If Xiao Yu hadn't supported the operation, who would have won or lost was unknown. The result was quite good. This time, Lu Huan was annoyed to the extreme. The expression on his face seemed cruel. Si Wuya recovered his Confucian avatar and flew down into the low sky. Little Yuaner raised her head, looked at him, and laughed. Seventh senior brother, you're not dead. Fortunately, Vine protected us. If not, he would have died. Si Wuya was embarrassed and said, Thank you, junior sister. It was obviously kindness, but through little Yuaner's mouth, it sounded as if he were dreaming. Lu Huan died. He shook his head lightly. It was too late to save his army. In the sky, Lu Zhou casually stepped towards Lu Huan. After the frenzy of the exchange calmed down, his expression became indifferent. Lu Zhou looked at him softly. You are not fit to live in the capital. Defending the border is your mission. Lu Huan was startled. By the time he raised his head, Lu Zhou had flown away. He thought for a moment and shook his head. All his life, he had held the border. Was it for fame? He had only returned to the capital once, and he almost lost himself. Just one wrong thought could have turned him into an ancient sinner, forever bearing a bad reputation. Just one wrong thought, and he almost disappeared, turning into cold blood, taking advantage of his own flesh and blood. His opponent, until now, was not Great Yan's enemies, nor was it the evil Sky Pavilion. Your Highness, do you want to return to the divine capital? The general standing next to Lu Huan carefully inquired. What else is my destiny? Go to that cold person. Even my son can be taken advantage of. Is it funny? So, where are we going? I swear to die with your majesty, even to the ends of the earth. The two generals knelt. I want to go to the border. He no longer claimed to be a king. I want to look back on the road I've been on. He said in a very loud voice. That road was full of his brother's fresh blood. If you don't want to leave, then leave. Find your own path. I swear to die with your majesty. The two knelt down again. Lu Huan immediately set off, just walking and saying, Let the generals below listen. Send a letter. Say that the 4 princes were killed in battle. Following the shadow of the retreating 4 princes, Jiang Aijian sighed and shook his head. He is also considered a great hero. Unfortunately, the capital is not suitable for him. This place has too much intrigue. If you stumble, you will be disgraced. Little Yuaner looked at him. You want to talk? Jiang Aijian, Lu Zhou's spy, was ashamed and didn't dare say another word. He didn't have time to care about it. He still observed the military situation. Lu Zhou slowly descended to the ground, hands behind his back, standing before Si Wuya, holding out a hand. Si Wuya silently looked at him. Reluctantly, Si Wuya took out the weaving heaven shuttle and put it in his master's hands. Lu Zhou knew Si Wuya had many tricks. The weapon in his hand was too powerful. Not the right time. The Nether sect members came from a distance, filling the sky with dust. The 4 Dharma Kings were at the front, appearing in everyone's eyes. Hua Wu Dao, Bai Yu, Yang Yin, and Di Chao's expressions were tense. Both their side and the enemy seemed to be struggling. Disciples of the Nether sect, obey. Behind the 4 great Dharma Kings came the disciples. They dared not breathe heavily. They saw the 4 Dharma Kings standing respectfully. Xiao Yu flew slowly down from a distance. Little Yuaner immediately jumped to her side. Xiao Yu laughed and said hello to Little Yuaner. This girl certainly knew how to read people's faces. To the beautiful lady, she seemed very polite. She smiled and said hello to her senior sister. Si Wuya glanced at Jiang Aijian and said, If Yu Zhenghai isn't dead and knows you are Jiang Aijian, the sword freak, I don't know how he'll feel. Xiao Yu was startled. Obviously, Si Wuya knew her current identity was false. She also knew he had a relationship with Jiang Aijian. 7th senior brother is joking. Lu Zhou, stroking his beard, asked, Yu Zhenghai is in the capital? Si Wuya replied seriously. In the civil war, His Majesty has suffered 7 defeats. At first, there was a great battle. There is no one in the capital now. The Nether sect will soon take over 10 cities. General Wei's centaurs were soon no more. That's why the divine capital sent Lu Huan himself to suppress them. She said this looking at the 4 Dharma Kings. Lu Zhou also turned to look at the Nether sect members. Hua Wudao's heart suddenly tightened. He hurriedly said, Old senior. So where is Yu Zhenghai? The sect master ordered the 4 of us to protect 7th Mr. Si Wuya. We don't even know where the sect master is, Hua Wudao replied. Oomph. Lu Zhou snorted, flicking his sleeves. Rebellious disciple, unfilial. The 4 great Dharma Kings had followed sect master Yu Zhenghai for many years. Through countless battles, they were very powerful people. But all this time, they had never met someone who dared to scold their sect master like that. Hearing the old man scold, they didn't dare to react at all. They even felt like this was a matter of course, a very reasonable situation. They had learned something from the old man. He could have defeated deities. Wretched disciple, Lu Zhou said. The 4 great Dharma Kings revealed awkward faces, not daring to speak. truly doesn't know how to measure himself. Lu Zhou put his hands behind his back. Tell your child about the Golden Court Mountain. Yes, little Yuan nodded, about to stand up and retrieve Bayan. The four great Dharma kings suddenly knelt on one knee. Old senior. Right after that, all the disciples knelt. It looked very majestic. Talk back to big senior brother Yu Xinghai. This is my fault. Later, if there's a chance, I will personally plead guilty to him. Hua Wudao bowed his head. Siwia, having the courage, said, We have met. The sect master must protect the governor. Hua Wudao shook his head. I've decided to go back to the Golden Court Mountain. But the Nether sect doesn't have 7th Mr. Siwia. How can it continue? Hua Wudao was a little agitated. The church, as it is today, of course, has no lack of Siwia's efforts. These few months, taking advantage of the Clarity Sect's intelligence network, he laid out the plan thoughtfully, making the Nether sect the first religion in the world, with 100,000 members, strong enough to fight with the divine capital. It can be said that Siwia is the second most important character, just behind the sect master. Lu Zhou suddenly turned around and yelled out loud. Even if he only has the nascent soul realm, this sound, mixed with the emitting primal chi, is enough to numb people's heads. The four Dharma kings were amazed. Little Yuaner pointed to the faces of the four great Dharma kings and scolded. You 1, 2, 3 for idiots. Master, if you want to take someone, take him. Don't need to hand him over to you, or something. Watch out for Master smashing your heads off. The four great Dharma kings. That's right, Dad. Salary check. Jiang Aijian suddenly woke up as if jolted from a trance. Your words are scary, but they make perfect sense. Jiang Aijian knew. The first disciple was Yu Zhenghai. The 9th was Little Yuaner from the Golden Court Mountain. 9th Mr. Little Yuaner is right. The old senior wants to lead. Do you still want to stop it? That was also the idea of 7th Mr. Siwia. The four great Dharma kings were scolded so much they couldn't answer. Lu Zhou glanced at them nonchalantly. He said he no longer needed life. The city is all for you. His hand lifted, a feeble primal chi appearing around his palm. Hua Wudao was so threatened his entire body trembled. He got up quickly, said 2 sentences, and then ran, knowing the words were false, but others didn't dare say much. The others hurriedly followed behind. Hua Wudao struggled unbearably. The dust fluttered, and in the blink of an eye, the Nether sect members disappeared in the distance. At this time, Bai Zai's form appeared in the air, then slowly descended to the ground. Jiang Aijian jerked back and forth. Turns out, the old man was not going to break the curse with Hua Wudao. Jiang Aijian was calling his mount. Bai Zai landed on the ground. Lu Zhou jumped up and stood on his back. Jiang Aijian hurriedly said, The old senior is nothing. Is the expression okay to relax? Jiang Aijian right now was no different than a child expecting praise. Your brother-in-law, Siwia, you are not angry, Lu Zhou said, not angry. That's the right punishment. In addition, there's a black box. I can say half. Jiang Aijian shut up and covered his mouth. There's no black box. At this time, Lu Zhou looked at Jiang Aijian and casually said, Heaven and earth are inhuman, seeing all things as straw dogs. Think carefully about what to do, what not to do. Lu Zhou controlled Bai Zai to fly away. It was not easy to ride Bai Zai. Behind, Jiang Aijian stood like a goose, his head endlessly revisiting the vestiges of the Golden Court Mountain. Compared to the Golden Court Mountain, what he did was so damn. After a moment of quiet, Jiang Aijian knelt down, kowtowing the direction where Lu Zhou had just flown away. Then he looked around, his whole body trembling, and hurried to run away. At the same time, in the tomb, Yu Shangrong softly breathed in. Yang energy opened. Non-stop primal chi maneuvered, restoring his primal chi si. After a period of time, the chaotic primal chi in his body completely calmed down. Yu Shangrong slowly opened his eyes, looking towards the ray of sunlight coming down from the top of the tomb with great satisfaction. The feeling of being alive was extremely good. Just like that day, he stood on the mountain, watched the sunset, and got a good night's sleep. The next morning, he watched the dawn rise. King Yan's mausoleum was very cold, but for practitioners, all the cold air was blocked outside. Yu Shangrong's body wanted to go out, watching the sunrise. Unfortunately, for physical reasons, he couldn't stay in the tomb. Yu Shangrong raised one hand, already. Open leaf one. The small avatar appeared in the palm of his hand. The avatar looked exactly like Yu Shangrong, fully distributing out optical needles. There were no needles under his feet. Land optical needles overflowed the whole body of the avatar, then gradually moved towards the bottom. Yu Shangrong's experience was not inferior to anyone. He knew exactly how to reveal himself. Even more, Yu Shangrong didn't think this was the 9-leaf path. He just wanted to condense a golden lotus again, cut off the golden lotus, and then condense another golden lotus. So Yu Shangrong moved his whole body's primal chi, stopping to form the golden light, slowly descending to the foot of the avatar. All the energy was converging under his feet. According to previous experience, enough energy to condense out a new golden lotus. But even if Yu Shangrong moved his primal chi, how to go? It was also impossible to condense. Round by round, the energy ran down the bottom, and it was gone like the river going back to the sea. Yu Shangrong's strong voice was heard. According to his shout, each ray of golden light continued to converge under his foot. Hee, the powerful resonant sound appeared. Yu Shangrong's lips curled up into a smile. Successful opening. Yu Shangrong suddenly felt his heart pounding in his chest. He held his breath, carefully observing the lotus below the Dharma body. He told me it's not simple, but it's not that hard. That's because he has a lot of experience opening up. It's not like you're new to the original, running around looking for the way. But it's hard to cut down Kim Lean yourself. At the same time, we have to reconnect Kim Lean again. Was Kim Lean before or IP before? Without roots, the apricot is born. It's like the chicken before or the egg before. Watching the Dharma body constantly vibrate, the sound was also getting louder. A lonely leaf at the foot of the avatar appeared clearly. The whole leaf appeared in front of me. Public speaking, in other words. 2-6 Yu Shangrong. It is now the most beautiful place in the world. He did not need to check the height and power of the avatar. Just based on feeling, I can guess. This is completely equivalent to the best French. And then Kim kept vibrating. The needle is constantly moving down the leg. Yu Shangrong thought that Kim Lean court will appear. Sorry. When he uses up most of the energy in his body, they can't form Kim Lean. They won't maintain their physical form. It takes a lot of energy. The current Yu Shangrong is still being injured. Yu Shangrong, raise your hand. Put your avatar in front of your eyes and look at it. The ring of light disappears. Now, there's only one piece left, endlessly spinning beneath the Dharma body. There is no Kim. This has completely changed Yu Shangrong's perception. Even if he is a master of the 8 eagles, is a ghost sword whose name has changed. But he still couldn't explain the scene in front of his eyes. The French body is no longer Kim Lean. The hand is tight. The French body disappeared. In Yu Shangrong's eyes flashed Quan Gong. He closed his eyes and sat down. It's starting to get gas. A day and a night goes by, feeling that the primal chi is somewhat restored. Your mental state is also better. Yu Shangrong called out the avatar. Beneath the Dharma body, there is still only one piece of IP. It's spinning. There is no Kim. Yu Shangrong summoned. All the primal chi converged at the bottom of the avatar. Non-stop pulse. He wants to create a new world. Just keep trying it over and over again, until the energy in his body is completely exhausted. Wang, Dharma body dissipated. Where Yu Shangrong? Sitting by suddenly collapsed. Yu Shangrong fell into the space below. The 4 sides, except for the infinite darkness, see nothing. The cold wind blows every wind. It makes Yu Shangrong's face even stronger. But he also woke up. Foot pedal nowhere, steering not suspended. Yu Shangrong's hand beat out a chief. Head press, flickering Kim optical fly out illumination, the surrounding scene. All the flowers on the ground are flowers. As soon as Yu Shangrong 7 gods on top of the head, suddenly a grid appeared, taking it down like you're covering it up, closing the entire space above. Yu Shangrong frowned up. He swung against the net on the top of his head, but it doesn't make it any worse. There's another one that doesn't move. Break, break. Yu Shangrong constantly hit R.A.B.A. Chuang. The grid doesn't vibrate at all. 1,000 years of Yu Shangrong. He shook his head. Life sword. He called for an hour. The eternal sword is below. The ground is shaking now. Not true. The ability to not bend has been greatly limited. Yu Shangrong flies close to the net. Raise your head and look up. The hand appeared golden light, illuminating the space. On the grid is engraved every single paragraph. It weakens the energy. Yu Shangrong shook his head again. It's a very sophisticated design. The American military can survive. Maybe it's all thanks to these tools. These objects, he just felt they were extremely small. But this web is out of his control. Yu Shangrong sighed softly. Based on how it feels to attack the grid, he must have a stronger soul. You can control the eternal sword. Now it's almost impossible. Yu Shangrong slowly descended, observing the surrounding scene. This place is a kind of digging well that's used as a trap. It could also be a secret asylum. After a while, he closed his eyes and sat down. He adjusted his mind and didn't think much. Just keep destroying. Kim Lean has no SAO. After a day and a night, Si Wuya and Little Yuaner finally returned to the Golden Court Mountain. That sand is who's new. Once you fall, you'll be a little wiser. He was brought back from the battle. It must be the Lord. Definitive hand analyzer. Mr. Dai looks so courteous SAO. Feng Qinghe shook his head. You don't understand. I heard that 7th Mr. Si Wuya is extremely smart. The provincial network covers the great inflammation. If he doesn't want to, who can catch him? Pan Zhong replied. There are 9 disciples of the Evil Sky Pavilion. Who are you? You can't look at your face and take pictures. They both nodded in agreement. Take a look at each other and walk towards a group. Lu Zhou, Master. Ninth Mr. Little Yuaner. Han Zhong and Zhou Jifeng are used to this disorder. Of course, this gentleman doesn't need to say hello. It's a traitor, at least not in front of the owners. What have you been doing these days? Lu Zhou caresses beard, asked the owner. The situation is very normal these days. There are 3 men who preside over the daily affairs. So it's going very well. In contrast to the Kia political class. They're talking about ghosts all over the world, we're rumored. It's a rumor about 2. He threw himself into the trees at the foot of Mount Kim. Paint withers outside the world, says Pan Zhong falter. Don't try to talk straight. The world says your great tribulation is coming. Speak small. Lu Zhou nods. This is also in the forecast. Sometimes Lu Zhou think. People of the political class. How many times do you want to wake up? What the hell is this? He looks like a dying man. But now, I don't think this is going to work. Lu Zhou at a glance. I have always remained silent and eternal. The princess was held in his arms. Dain Ni. Bring the princess to the south of the retreat. Children obey the orders of the little Dain Ni. Clasp hands. And you, Lu Zhou, to look at Siwuya. Regret for 7 days. My face is calm as usual. Say thank you, master. Don't think his master's voice sounds very soothing. From his attitude, Lu Zhou can feel that there is not much sincerity. Lu Zhou said nothing and turned back to the sand. He said he was sorry for 7 days. Lu Zhou planned in those 7 days will fully comprehend the divine power of the heavens. There is no superhuman force to be the master of evil. Lu Zhou always feel insecure. Lu Zhou just left. Pan Zhong and Zhou Jifeng immediately became reverent, with your head bowed and your back in front of you. Consult, great sir. I can't help but glance at you. You don't care. They're just going straight to the east side. The 2 of you are in a hurry. Or let me prepare a costume for you. Grand schoolgirl. Looks, my brother Tuan and Tuan too are much more than I imagined. Siwuya. I don't pay any attention to these 2 flatterers. Just focus on walking. Pan Zhong and Zhou Jifeng follow. And my heart is more defined. The one in front of you is actually the great disciple of the Evil Sky Pavilion. This person is very familiar with the direction and the route. Line on the Golden Court Mountain. After a while I went to the mountain. Just arrived at the mountain. And suddenly stopped walking. He didn't turn around and said, Sword of Heaven. Great disciple Feng Qinghe. Traitors to the pure path. It's easy for him to say your names. Pan Zhong and Feng Qinghe. I was amazed to look at the shadow of my back. I haven't even opened my mouth yet. And I've been listening. How's everyone's situation lately? I heard that in my quiet heart. This is what a big brother should be. Look at Big Brother. How generous and caring about people. I opened my mouth and asked about everyone's situation. He scratched his head. Thank you, sir. I care very well. I really like Golden Court Mountain. Feng Qinghe, according to thank you, great sir. I also care very well. This place is very good. The other priests are also very close. He turned his head, calmly looking at the 2 of them. He was not angry or teaching them for their sins. Wrong answer to the question. Just saying that it's good. It's very cold in the cave. Let me prepare a little blanket for you, said Pan Zhong. Just finished. Not far away, there was a rumbling sound. Pan Zhong and Zhou Jifeng turned their heads to look. I saw Duan Musheng holding the sword in his hand, seriously looking at them. I can see that his face is not friendly. You're a little panicked. The Lord is less angry. Less angry. Don't compare yourself to the 3 gentlemen, Pan Zhong said. Page. Duan Musheng's spear fell into the land of chaos. Stunned, Pan Zhong did not dare to say a word. In my heart, I can't stop complaining. The 3 ladies are too straight. It is true that the great master left the Golden Court Mountain, but in front. People are going to war with Mr. So Brave with me. They were going to pray for love. Then Siwuya have stooped. The 3 brothers. Oh my God, Pan Zhong. Feng Qinghe. Got it. Got it. Oh my God. God damn it, my heart hurts. Duan Musheng's sword came to him. No protest on the face. He glanced at Pan Zhong and Zhou Jifeng. And lift your foot up and kick a UI shot. A stone is always 2 people. VA emphasis on the Pan Zhong Feng Qinghe, but dare not resist. 2 people mentally collapsed watching the birth. What did he say to make the Lord less angry? 7 Siwuya. Use that attitude to talk to me. Professor, it's very common. Pan Zhong and Zhou Jifeng silently swallowed tears. I don't care about the feelings of the 2. Sucking seriously hunched. The man who spoke to the monk consulted the 3 brothers. This time the ceremony is good. Much more respectful than the previous greeting. It took me an hour to get my nose back. There's no more face. I've been outside for years, causing trouble everywhere. Look at the wind. After all, it is not good to return. What are the ghosts? You think you're smart. The boy kept mocking him. The 3 brothers are very honest and carefree. Yuba King Lance swept sideways, pointing to the face of Siwuya. Don't think that if I talk like that, I'll leave you alone. I saw the weapon of heaven in the hands of the sage. No surprise, no surprise. There was a smile on his face. In a battle in Liangzhou, I was wounded. 3 brothers braver than you. Not the kind of person. Take advantage when people are in trouble. The student suddenly said that he was not sure. The right hand of the carpenter is held in the middle of Duan Muxing's body, pointing the lance in the face in vain. The 4 are right. Dealing with cowardly people. There's no need to be fair. The master also advised me. Nothing in this world is fair. This time we have to see. Watch. Your traitor has added a few more pieces to the story. Duan Muxing's spear pierced forward. Welding brings up trade like long buzzing. Siwia point light toe. Body backwards, backwards, backwards. You two go into battle again. Pan Zhong and Feng Qinghe immediately back. Stand on the side, watching the battle. If I trust you, I will be your son. Feng Qinghe complains you go away. Feng Qinghe wipes the sweat off the face and says, 3 students and 7 students. Who is more harmful? I guess it's 7 Siwia. You think. The world of spiritual practice was harassed by him to the landslide. 9 Chao, great inflammation, unbearable. You can't just look at the outside. Water cannot be measured by duels. I have also heard 8 people say, until now, there's never been an AI that can draw the 7 Siwia. How bad is it? You see, you're both talking and watching the war. The wind is blowing up in the air. The handle of Duan Muxing's spear does not rush down. It's turned into hundreds of thousands. Tian friends are missing. It is not enough for him to stop running. Siwia in front of a chewy private person, shooting out some gas. Break, break. Beyond everyone's expectations. The image of Kia in a moment crashed straight to the front of my head. Free to chew hand, pick up the roar. It doesn't turn back and forth. 2 hands trembling with trembling. White face. Duan Muxing is back. Do not continue the attack. There are only so many stories. Talk with your hands. 263 brothers, subtly subdued. To obey the Pan Zhong Carpentry Union was silent and blatant. Clearly write the words on your face. Fuck it. If I believe you, I will go to the ground. Duan Muxing's sword was carried on his shoulders. Go to the cave yourself. Or do you want me to invite you? He nods his head without protest. I didn't mean to be upset. Just meekly enter the bitch cave. The paint is quiet again. The magic of 3 masters. It's finally made progress. Pan Zhong solemnly raised his thumb to praise. It's finally improving. Sage frowns. You mean I haven't made progress before? Come here, you two. Don't eat rice these days. Follow me to practice. Mercantile birth. Not angry, but with a kind face, step forward to use Duan Muxing's lance. You carry your collars up like a scaffold, shoulder to shoulder, straight to the training ground in the middle of the mountain, regardless of the surface of the sphere of Pan Zhong and Feng Qinghe. Feng sky state of 10,000 darkness. Lu Zhou opened their eyes after reading the sky for half a day. His mental state has recovered a little, but it's still a long way from saturation. Lu Zhou opened system interface RA identification Lu Zhou. Ethnic identity great inflammation. 2-6 the god of chemistry. Merit score 42,800 points. French body 10 ways wise. Remaining lifespan 9.763 days. For props cards, a fatal attack multiplied by 1 withstood a fatal attack multiplied by 62. Passive cage bound multiplier 4. Peak status card celestial angel times 1. White is resting. Disease down terrible data trader 2. Prison bondage version 2. Excellent data merchant enhanced version 2. Draw diamond 1 card reverse multiplier 33. Weapon of the name. Termat. The J-blade needs to be repurged to be used. Master Lin needs to be retrained to use it. Public Law 3 writes bibliography times. The salary of Lu Zhou is not less, especially when it comes to killing nearly 2,000 heterosexuals. There's only 1 step left to get into the spirit realm. 6 weeks to talk to yourself. Only to enter the original is considered to have crossed the threshold of spiritual practice. Lu Zhou hand-up interface disappeared. I think I still have a lot to deal with. Lu Zhou temporarily ignore the thought of spending merit points. I heard a female disciple packing her things outside. 6, by the way, ordered me to come here. Not long after, follow a female disciple, leave the bitch cave into the sand. Along the way to ask the Kia disciple, where is your master now? The disciple immediately answered, Mr. 7C Wuya. There is no owner in the sand. There is no longer a moon show. She paused a little and explained. 6 priests were expelled from their masters. So far it's been silent. The last time, she appeared when she killed 5 people. Give back to Mr. 8 Zhu Honggong. No one has heard from her since. Bach no sound Siwia stop. Previously his intelligence. It's all about what happens outside the sand. He was going to ask some questions about the current situation of the evil sky pavilion. I don't know if the sand ever came. The disciple Kia stooped and said to her subordinates to retreat. See, we ought to look at the scene in the winter sand change SAO. But this place is exactly the same as in my memory. There's no difference. Or is it that he himself has changed? He is no longer a child that year. He is no longer the master of the year. From chewing into the garden. Go to the door of the master's room. Warehouse people say, children worship teacher. In the room, there's no answer, but the door was pushed open by the erect gas. And then you walk into the room with your mind. Spacious room brings a pleasant feeling. There is a tea table in the middle of the room. On the table, a small incense burning top. Next to it is a private office. There's paper, pen, ink, and a bookshelf. Siwuya. I accidentally looked at the picture hanging on the wall. Hai Hai Ming Noi Yet Tien, chew together. I don't know why. I just saw these two verses. His heart is pounding constantly. What kind of smart person is he? I immediately understood the meaning of the two verses. In his heart, he is not surprised. But I dare not say much. He swallowed his saliva. Look at the teacher sitting there. Close your eyes. I sat down for a moment and spoke up. The teacher slowly opened her eyes and looked at him. You have the face to call him master. Siwuya worry insecurity. And the heart began to tense. He thought for a moment and knelt down. Lujo lukewarm said, why did you leave the sand? Seriously. Only when the child leaves the Golden Court Mountain. Then you can develop your power. With just a little bit of your intelligence. Lujo asked again. Siwuya say, children feel they are capable of doing it. You feel. Today, 9 major inflammatory diseases have occurred. Just give the kids a little more time. 9 Shao, 7 the 7 kings will be scattered. Even if the capital has 10 great battles. It doesn't work. 9 Shao is besieged. God has not helped the 4. Sooner or later, you will lose 7. It just takes a year and a year. Siwuya buzzing. Lujo suddenly hit R.A., a seal leader. Head press hit hard in the face without chewing. 10. Chastised Siwuya harvested 200 merit points. They're all uneducated savages. Strong hands in the face interrupting Siwuya. 6 hours an hour. I don't know the amount of energy. That year, when he became friends with the Yongzhou Emperor. You're still in your mother's womb. You really think that Vintan only has a little trick in the capital Sao? He stood up in front of the eyes of Lu Zhou. There's another brother next to me. Babes. Children know the disadvantages of the group of 8 serving Emperor 7. Whether it's the 8 great leaders or the guardians. You can't leave the capital. I asked you to understand 7 very well. Siwuya's voice becomes peaceful. Go back to being obedient. That year, after leaving the temple, lucky to be a deputy. Not only that, you have also won the favor of Vinnin. Then use her to gather intelligence in the palace. Lujo attacks are not in love. The child does not take advantage of her. Siwuya denial instinctively. 6 did not want to say anything else, just looked at him. You don't take advantage of her. Whether you do it or not, you know in your heart. Sometimes people are like that. The more I want to be right with him, the more he denies it. But don't argue. The damage increases. I don't want to talk about it. After a while, 6 Whiskers spoke. You must have known about Yushangrong. The old man will not say much. I can hear 3 sounds. Yushangrong in the heart suddenly tightened. Where's the glass that holds the old man's memory? It's this problem, of course. He opened his eyes and hurriedly shook his head. The kids don't know. Are you Yushangrong and lying? You will not confess this. 6 people stood up and clasped their hands behind their backs and watched. The atmosphere of Lu Zhou squeezed to the... It makes it hard to breathe. Master, please trust the child's judgment. Glass bridge by self-hand person seal. Your goal is not to let anyone else know. Even people don't want to remember. If you could easily find glass spheres before, you don't have to spend all your energy to seal it. He said the old man changed his mind. That's what happened after you lost your memory. After finding the glass sphere, some people will regret their choice today. Like situation. I bite my teeth and say, you just need to stay on the mountain. Live to the end of life. I promise to be gentle with you. Talk about the words good. And he knelt down on his knees, forehead pressed against the back of the hand. You mean old man sigh? Even the old man must die. So let's just let you do whatever you want. Lu Zhou said. I was stunned, but very quickly replied. If you have to explain your intentions like that, children can only be accepted as can. Lu Zhou weave sleeve. About to strike at Siwuya. Make him fly back out of the sky. The room door was smashed. He fell down the stairs outside the door. Lu Zhou is swinging her sleeves again, launching a sound field. He was beaten out of the hospital. Lu Zhou has no heart. Notice the reward announcement for harsh punishment. He felt that his mood had changed. There was a kind of anger in his heart. After repeatedly hitting out 2 schools, Lu Zhou stopped. He suddenly felt the memory of the celestial body. It affects me a lot. Or it could be, he successfully fused with the celestial body. 6 is still 6. But the celestial body, it was no longer that year's fortune. He had no choice. Standing in this position must definitely go on this road. Find yourself a new direction. Lu Zhou hands behind your back and walk out of the room, standing on the steps looking down at Siwuya. Siwuya cried out a cry of pain, spitting out a sip of fresh blood. He did not dare to return. Don't dare say anything. Just put your hands on the ground. Master is master, even if you hang 1,000 words in your mouth. Then in this world, is there any excuse for the owner's son? Master died Siwuya without sadness or anger. It's like getting used to this kind of movement. He's not surprised. Even feel the lighter beat than before. Even the words used to curse become short, much more compact. He knelt on the ground feeling that the master had changed. Remember the words, not yet. He thought back and forth, his mind began to wander. But these things don't matter. The East is too big. The disciples rushed over. The simple people of the world. Noyet, little Dain Ni and lunar flowers both appear. There were also many curious female disciples standing from a distance. I watched him kneeling in the middle of the garden. They haven't even spoken yet. I heard 6 deep voices. Anyone who asks for his forgiveness will be punished. Lu Zhou is teaching the Yu Shangrong disciple. Refuse to change. He can't stand it. Someone else has a hand in this. The woman saw that the door was broken and laughed. Master Child will not forgive him. The boy asked the man to punish him more severely. The others are silent and dare not say a word. Lu Zhou whirled slowly down the steps. The man immediately shut his mouth and said nothing. The sky is falling dark. The whole world is sinking in darkness. I don't feel bad about losing face because of too much. The crowd is buzzing. He knelt on the ground. I watched my master walk down the steps towards me. The old man in front of him was about to die. 6 weeks in front of him. Suddenly, there's a kind of hallucination. It's as if he didn't go back in time. He was a child. He was punished by the evil sky pavilion for making a mistake. He too is now on his knees in the winter garden. You have 1,000 ways to make the world go wild. What do you want to do? The voice of Lu Zhou became much more peaceful than before. Since leaving the ghost so far, the wisdom of the master. It's all in the intelligence. Sorry. News about the evil sky pavilion that haunts hammocks get too little. Even though I just got back in touch with my teacher. In a period of time, short-term Si Wuya was able to determine. Master has changed a lot from before. Big brother wants to take the baby. I have to give him a hand. Si Wuya answer. Just because Yu Zhenghai wants to win. Lu Zhou suspicious asked again, referring to Yu Zhenghai. Lu Zhou's voice was 1 floor higher. But they say only when. If you have the world, you can take revenge. Only the holy city can. He suddenly shut up. Lu Zhou stand on one side of Strawberry Claw. Say, Yu Zhenghai left the Golden Court Mountain. Just for revenge, yes. Do you feel that? They're easily fooled or not. Lu Zhou is very calm. This question makes Si Wuya feel extremely pressure. If only for revenge. What it takes to win the city. Take the current power of Yumin Gao. They're pulling 100,000 spears. Land leveling is not difficult. Lan Long used the trick of governing the country. The ability to move the enemy is very poor. Practitioner of great inflammation. Children dare not. Every sentence of Si Wuya is carefree. Lu Zhou staring Si Wuya. Lu Zhou out of hand to relieve siege in Chao City. It just makes him want to go back to the evil sky pavilion. But loyalty doesn't waver a bit. Private identity, Si Wuya. Ethnic identity, great inflammation. The original God scene. This is a monster taught by one of his hands. Every name is strong. It's Yu Shangrong not to change. Yu Shangrong refused to say. You won't say either. Yu Shangrong and Yu Zhenghai always water fire intolerance. What do you think is right? Lu Zhou said that the answer is not true. Brother is too excited. Because you want to achieve your goal without a trick. The two brothers are very sensitive. I don't pay attention to the rules. Though that, their opinions are always the opposite. But there's a similarity. He is the one who humiliates you. They will be severe. He just finished. Lu Zhou frowned. Ming Shirin has a mouth for 6 months about this. The man was stunned in his heart. He doesn't understand. Why does the master say that the mouth is carefree? People's attitudes change too quickly. The disciples around me didn't understand why. It's like saying, you beat yourself up. He slapped his hand hard in the face. The sound that comes out of the twee sound that echoes. 6 weeks ago I asked you how you felt. Children dare not. He is the one who humiliates the sand. They will be severe. Lu Zhou shook his head. Not salty, not pale talk. When 10 great high goalkeeper's main goal. He surrounded the old man twice. Where are you? For the most part, I choked on words. The next Lu Zhou deep voices. One day the old man is not dead. You will not sleep well or eat well. Right, you dare not. Chew your head and raise your voice. The 10 great siege masters were temporarily initiated action in the blink of an eye. After that, Big Brother has struck a chord with the religious leaders. When a moon sister was arrested to the altar, it was the 2 brothers who came to the altar. Killed a lot of players. If you still have one heart with the evil sky pavilion. If the sand is so, be honest. The location of Glass Bridge and love in the capital. Si Wuya silence. 6 weeks have also been planned. He won't tell me where the Glass Bridge is. From the past to the present. From the emperor to the people, all need a teacher. To become a virtuous person. You are a cruel person like you. The real person. Not sleeping well is the old man. The world can't stand it anymore. Then he stepped up and said, what are you doing? The doctor also advised him, 7 Si Wuya. Whether you come to this country or not. There's no difference. You always say you want to be kind to your teacher. But this attitude of yours is similar to the attitude of a disciple. There were two people who said all the words. The others don't speak up either. I don't know what the two brothers were talking about, but kids trust their own judgment. If one day a child realizes he's wrong, God's people are willing to die. The world is angry with his eyes. Suddenly walked in, clasped his shoulders without chewing that close to every word. 7 Siwia looked me straight in the eye. Do you dare to guarantee your entire judgment is without error? Think clearly, speak carefully, and then speak. I can't answer the question. Even the wisest person in the world. I don't dare to judge myself right in all cases. He is very confident, but he also understands this. He remembered a scene on the radio show. I remember a scene in the sky. In the blink of an eye, he didn't just feel that he was wrong. I even saw that the whole judgment was wrong. From beginning to end wrong. It's easy to calm down. Ask the same question as the two brothers. Yu Shangrong, master who found a breakthrough. It's 9. Everyone heard that. All eyes turned to Lu Zhou, waiting for his answer. This question is too important, even related to the direction of the whole practice. Practice the precepts among the people here. Only God has ever heard of him. So discussions about this. So I can stay calm. The whole crowd fell silent. Lu Zhou still calm as Zero one-hand claw beard. One hand behind his back. The old man really did find a way to break through the 9. Lu Zhou cold continent say. A paper stone on 1,000 waves. All the people here, except the people. They all look shocked. I am in a sluggish state. It's like being injected with a heart medication. 2 eyes open to the master. His arm is cramping, endlessly vibrating. How is this possible? The Holy Spirit said, even if I tell you the method, you have the courage to do what you say. It has to be Kim. Dare not Lu Zhou carpets Kim, lean hordes of appalling people. Until now, this method is just speculation. I really hope someone tries it. This method, even if it is in his hands. There's also a large number of reverse cards. Help him go the normal way. Shock up 9 IP. Lu Zhou, of course, hoped the disciples. It could be up to 9. But Kim Lean's carpet is no different than suicide. If you don't have the courage to do it. This method is also unlikely to succeed. A man who does not come to this world. Lu Zhou understand any argument. There also needs to be a lot of white rats. Stand out for an experiment. The problem is, who's willing to be a white rat? The wise man bent down softly and asked in Siwuya. 7 brother dare 04 and chewing big eyes tight. He remembered that Kia had investigated the news in the palace before. I've heard people say in the palace also studied the method of Breakthrough 9. If that's true, it's not that the capital still has a killer attack. Said the monk. What the hell kind of method is that? How can I ask the master? The human eye turns. Lu Zhou strawberry claw. Kim Lean carpet is a way to attack up to 9, but it can also cost you your life. So don't just try it. Everyone nods their heads. Lu Zhou looked towards Siwuya. This old man's answer. Does it satisfy you? Now the whole body is shooting. He immediately knelt on the ground and said that he did not dare. To be a teacher is to teach and answer questions. If you have any questions, the old man will answer them. Lu Zhou tells others to listen to ear. I just feel that the owners are generous. There's a professor's code. But as for self-indulgence, then this word is no different from being naked. Makes his heart tremble. You are a teacher, but you are a teacher. Lu Zhou said more. How long do you think the old man can live? Slowly into chewing. Of course, he did not dare to answer directly. Even if everyone in the world thinks. Becoming Lu Zhou, he can't be in front of the teacher. Say this word. But Lu Zhou suddenly raised his voice, looking around 4 sides. How long do you think the original can live? The whole crowd is silent as sheets. Lu Zhou has wanted to do this for a long time. He feels so funny. It's because people are becoming more and more stupid. Or because of survival habits. It's bound up human thought. They don't dare to escape from the prison. Nobody dared to answer Lu Zhou's question. Lu Zhou also knew that they did not dare to answer. Then he swung his sleeve and said to take him into the cave. Seal 2-6. Hit 50 sticks, obey the star. Siwuya punishment harvested 600 merit points. Not yet rosy communists actively step next to Siwuya. What's the relationship between him and the 7 NDT0 brothers? It is also appropriate for him to release his body. The crowd of people looking towards Siwuya kept shaking their heads. I don't understand why. That's how he stood up to his master. Stand up for yourself. Follow the roses and step outside. He walked 2 steps and stopped without turning his head. 3 days ago. Hammock received the news 10 daimyo organized. League of Ghosts. After the death list of the 2 brothers is complete. Rumors are everywhere. The rebels now want to take up arms. Finish this word. Follow the roses and leave the sand. When you hear that, hold on tight. Master, 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 master of the people. This is obnoxious. You have to teach them a new battle. How to teach? The little girl scratched her head and shouted her small hand. Or catch a fight for a fight. Lu Zhou did not agree with her way of doing things. But it's true. Close to the heart of this head. Not as much as before. Everybody back down. 6 seconds. The subordinates are left behind. The people stay, after others have left the frozen sand. The glass man looked at the door. The room is broken. Speak softly and call someone to fix it. I will give you 2 tasks. I hear you have a task to do. The master appeared and asked for the master's commission. Children willing to throw all their strength. Even if you have to go up the mountain to the sea of fire. You must also complete the task. The world says, the first task, transmission method of carving Kim Lean out. Lu Zhou said A. The world startled and shouted. They went on a very difficult trip. Received the chessboard sealing the master's experience. So heaven. Only then can we find a clue to rise to 9. Why is it now arbitrarily transmitted to others? He couldn't understand. Lu Zhou responded to Kim Lean Trung Kui is still the method. It's no different than suicide. No one has ever tried it. After the Kim Lean carpet, practitioners will have to rebuild from scratch. Not to mention the pain in you. People with high endowment will be restored faster. With the wisdom of the world, it will open up many new paths for the whole family, planet. This is the modern way of thinking. For practitioners in this world, law and practice theory, they're all stored separately. Do not move out. Heaven would rather die. I don't want to move the board. Heaven for others. This kind of thinking has clearly limited the way of the whole world. The public absorbs information and came up with a lot of new creative ideas, development progress, permanently much faster than a person on his own, tinkering. Even Lu Zhou Lake is not going to go this way. It's about opening up new paths. It's just a way of reducing. Avoid walking on each husband, other people's guts only. Children's clothing, transparency, world answer. The second is to investigate the plan. The Ghost League of 10 Masters. Send a letter to the press. Lu Zhou's advice. Kid obedience. At the same time in the Temple of God. The valet usually enters the room and get down on your knees. 2 hands on a list. Your Majesty, this is a list of practitioners. My father died this month. Put the pen down on me. Read to me. After an internal trade, order to put your hands down. There are a total of 5 spiritual practitioners. 3 or less. Use the method of binding Kim Lean to open. There is currently no way to absorb energy. Eventually the crochet exploded and died. There are a total of 3 practitioners of the 5-eye path. Use the method of forced re-education Kim Lean. Eventually died. There is a total of 6 spiritual practitioners. 900 years old. Apply knitting life extension to force opening. But 7 defeat finished speaking in order to remain kneeling motionless. A nod. Behind their backs. Each subsidy for thousands of gold and thousands of samples. Good use. Your Majesty, if anyone refuses to receive benefits, most people have the courage to ask practitioners to achieve to 2-6 original. Common sense. No one cares about the things of this world. This is my greatest honor. You can do it. To obey the orders of the Minister of Commerce, to respectfully leave the room. The room restored its original tranquility. Hold up your pen and write a few words. A feather pen suddenly pierced through the table. The 2 men jumped up immediately. Merchant throws pen in hand. Tell them to pack up a week. Half a day later, the band is approving the show. Then he would hold an envelope, rush into the room. His Majesty Lu Zhou. It's almost as if he's holding the letter up too high. The head on the forehead was drenched in a cold sweat. Let me hear that you do not want to open it. People often choose what to say. The 10 cities of Chao have been occupied by Yumin religion. The paralyzed general of war. 4 princes and 6 generals. The whole warrior. When I heard this news, my eyes widened. Even when 2 princes die, he didn't frown like today. He served the emperor all year round. You may not understand your character. The quieter you are, the more he feels nervous and afraid. There's even a feeling. The atmosphere in the room was poisonous. If you take 1 breath, you'll lose your life. In a quiet room, so that even the heartbeat could be heard clearly. I sat there for a while and opened my mouth and said I knew. And the interior is almost always breathless. Answer is better than nothing. Your Majesty, I have something to tell you. There are rumors on the street. The spiritual world has found a way to rise to 9. They often say, trade has turned its back. I'm still upset in my chest because of the war. Suddenly I heard this news. Immediately open your eyes and turn around. What method? I was told that I had to wear Kim Lean. If you survive, you can report again. Up to 9 tons. Internal trade to answer. If it was before that, there's someone standing in front of you, talking about the Kim Lean carpet method. He will cut this man to death. But now, Lu Shang, I believe in this theory more than anyone. After the death of the emperor, Vin Tho to the throne. Since the beginning of his life, he has always neglected his own. I'm looking for a way to get into 9. He's using the National Inflammation Force to investigate for hundreds of years. Finally discovered is Kim Lean who binds the practitioner. I can't get into 9. He tried all kinds of methods, which is binding Kim Lean and which is reforming Kim Lean. I've even thought about Kim Lean. Just this last method. He has always been denied. I can't believe there's this rumor on the street right now. No fire makes SEO smoke. Rumors must have a cause. She asked who was transmitting. Rumor has it that the plague touched the capital. This theory has just been published, has moved around the capital. But a lot of people don't believe it. I see you thinking about this every day, so I dare not. Just delay the announcement immediately. Your Majesty, the Holy Spirit will have wise judgment. Usually to say, has anyone tried this method? The injury asked again, to shake his head and fall into meditation. They usually dare not move. I don't even dare to open my mouth. This method is no different than suicide. It's no wonder your Majesty doesn't believe it. Trainers have studied for many years. I don't know how many high priests. He can't remember either. On the bookshelf behind him, there's a list. Who died from this experiment? Heaven-bound 2-6. Practitioners in the primordial realm. So the longer it takes, the more people are trapped in this world. Though, the number of primates that can set foot in 8. Not much, let alone 9. Think for a moment. The new merchant spoke up. Pass on my will to summon hundreds of people willing to carve Kim Lean. Convocation is not difficult. There has never been a shortage of people in the world. It's very rare for ordinary practitioners to have AI. Kim Lean, but some practitioners are dying. The old people are about to die. Practitioners who are seriously ill or seriously injured, or someone who no longer wants to live, instead of dying, leaving nothing behind. Not by the experience of Kim Lean once. There's a reward for bravery. After the usual to leave. Lift up your hands. French body 100 lives dynamic min small size appeared in his hand. Foot pedal Kim Lean 8 deep radiate glistening Kim. 8 pieces of prolific aphid endlessly revolving around Kim Lean. Shining light with eyes tied. His eyelids flickered a little. If the Kim Lean method can do that, he has to give up. 6-8 IP and start opening again from the beginning. I don't even know if I can do it or not. God's capital is the center of inflammation. Practitioners in the world often gather here. Rumors about the carpet method. Kim Lean quickly land out across 9 Chow, led to huge waves of wind rising up all over the world. It's the same with the evil Sky Pavilion. AI is also scrambling to research methods. Tons of 9 deep. In a very short time, this method has emerged 3 factions. Group of people who do not believe. Radical groups of trust and action groups. This news also spread to Taiyu. For people in the ocean, Bak Noctan, Yang Inflammation, and enemy bar stand in a leading. Lo Bao, a major high king clasped his hands behind his back and walked back and forth. The Pope is to blame. It was because his subordinates couldn't stop the 7 priests. He was the first to kneel. Please punish the other 3 who also kneel. During the war in Liangzhou, Yumin Taoist victory. Very beautiful and glorious. All 10 cities in Chao belonged to Yumin religion. But King Hai himself was not happy at all. King Hai frowned. He looked at the 4 soldiers kneeling in front of him. He can't really punish them. In a fit of anger, Yu Zhenghai swung a right to hit the damp wall. Does not use natural gas, just based on the strength of the fists. The wall was destroyed by the sea. There are no 7 sisters. You told me I had to do SAO to unify the world. Do what those idiots out there say. Cut off Kim Lean. Yu Zhenghai was so angry that his face was unsightly. The 4 great masters knelt 1 foot on the ground to breathe hard. I dare not. Just calm down for a moment and say, the 7 priests insisted on their ghosts. His followers have no way to stop him. The old man is extremely scary. Even the best players are the best. I can't stand a trick of yours. Stand up and turn around. At this point, for people stand up. Yu Zhenghai said with a sigh, if he insists on coming back, I will respect his choice. Without respect, you know what to do. Maybe you run to the ghost of the robbers. So, next we have to do something. The flower asked. Before the 7 brothers arrived, Chao made a plan to isolate the capital, to simulate all the possibilities. Let's see. No matter what, the isolation plan has to go through. Sooner or later, they will capture the city. Yu Zhenghai said to Hua Wu Dao sighed. It's a pity that Mr. 7C Wu Ya is so talented. The other 3 also shook their heads and sighed. Sneeze. Maybe it's because there's a lot of gas in the cave, so it's been sealed. Brother 6 sneezed a lot. 7 brothers, Si Wu Ya. Why don't you tell me where the glass is bridge? Pink Plus prepared for Si Wu Ya a warm clothes. He put his hand on his shoulder and laughed. I glanced at the pink ones. Master told you to come here and drag me. The 7 brothers rely on my intelligence. Do you think I can get some information from you? Master wants to choose. You have to choose people like the 4 brothers. Pink Plus replied, I haven't been talking about sand for a long time, but the ability to pat a horse's ass has increased. These are the words of the 7 brothers I don't like to hear. Comparing honesty, my straight with pat horse ass. It's a great shame for me. The Pink Plus said, I don't care about the mind. This kind of trick of the red communists. Why Si Wu Ya may be unknown. I know you already. Tell the truth. We only know that glass bridges wander to the west. No longer in the great inflammation. The red ones laughed and walked out behind their backs. Carefully squeeze his shoulder. In Hung, Tae, 7 brothers see Wuya. With your mind, help the master find a glass. It shouldn't be difficult. From the inside, tilt your head at the roses +1. He was 8 so fast, he was captured by the evil sky pavilion. That's why the roses laughed. I feel that the sand is much better now than before. Try looking across the 4 sides to see more people than before. You can eat, sleep, exercise. There's a little girl sitting there watching the sun go down. There are some shameful heads. It's fun to brag all day. Your face shows that I can understand you. Red continued to speak. I really like sand ghosts like this. And he shoved his fat hand out. I want to rely on that to get my information. It's not. In Hung, Tae has 5 countries, including Vu Janlong and Careful Land, Old School and Kwang period. The glass bridge was hidden by the master himself. These 5 countries know where to look. Moreover, AI can identify spherical glass. Has it fallen into the hands of others? Or maybe it's gone to the North 7 Kingdoms. Then so, Siwaya say, Master Seal must be difficult for others to open. He scratched his head and said, just like the 4 brothers said, do you dare to guarantee? Are all my judgments accurate? Nothing in this world is absolute. Siwaya answer, not yet. Pink plus nod in agreement. But it doesn't feel right. Ben said, if that was the case, then you can tell the master the details. Master will not make it difficult for you. I think this is the truth. But to Master Tai, so this is a lie. Siwaya say, just finished. I heard it outside the cave. To a soft howl. 7 brothers Siwaya, I speak well of you. I dare to think so badly of you. Little girl wearing a robe, standing at the cave door. Unhappy face, looking Siwaya. Without a parent who died a long time ago. But my sister, it's embarrassing to say, I didn't mean it. That's what you mean. Little dying, knee angry stew. Haters always think they're right. The little girl didn't listen to him explain, turned people away. Blue and white eyes look at each other. He sighed and said, even my sister misunderstands me. The Red Cross did not dare to say a word. I shake my head. 1 more or 1 less is not enough. He's so used to being misunderstood. 8 Zhu Hong Gong, tell me about the situation in heaven. Yes, he scratched his head. Let's start with the old man. In the winter sand, Lu Zhou are finished. Feel the extraordinary force is almost saturated. A little more relaxed in my heart. Lu Zhou stand up and look at the ancient goat skin map. Except for the places that are obvious. The rest of the country is as dark as before. Can't see anything. However, the shape of the map in the Yushangrong area, it's become much clearer than before. Maybe Yushangrong came to Yushangrong. Lu Zhou muscles of muscles. Thinking for a moment doesn't seem to work. 6 people turned around and sat down. Open the system interface up to 44,200 merit points. More than 50,000 points missing. I have just bought a few hundred gold coins. Lu Zhou don't think much. Souvenir or raffle, Lu Zhou come shots. Spend 50 merit points. Harvest card reverse, transfer, multiplier 10. Card reverse switch. Lu Zhou Europe finally transparency. There was a system at the beginning. Rate. High rewards are based on the needs of the host. If it is good, you reward the old man. Let's have a French body. Lu Zhou consecutive draws 20 times, all stitches hit. He was reluctant to give up the prize. It's been a long time since Lu Zhou won anything. They're all flip cards. Lu Zhou looked down the props card pool. He bit his teeth and bought 2 cards. It costs 6,000 merit points. Stop the other things. It doesn't smell like a card. Current card and network stimulator. He is still his true master. As Lu Zhou continues to ponder what to do. Next, Zhang Yu appeared outside the crowd. The master sent a letter. Read it. Zhang Yu opened the letter to read the old man. I have 2 things to clarify. First, he asked me to investigate the palace. Now, there's a little bit of a clue in the bow. Someone is studying the method. Ton lift 9 IP. But it's very secretive. We can't get in front of us yet. I only know that the capital has a giant haunting force, specialized in doing these things. Their vigilance is extremely high. The old man who launched the move, announcing the Kim carving method, let the whole world know, must have made them very angry. The second of the world's great religions is restarting the Ghost Alliance plan. You should be more careful. Finally, Zhao Yuchess peace appeared in Liangchao City. Did you please your father? Ha ha ha. After reading the letter, the moon is not natural. She said, Master Jiang Aijian's letter of love made children. Remember one thing. What is it? When the child was in the palace, he heard people say, the king has never been in heaven. The mother-in-law is seriously ill. I have never seen the king visit. He later heard that the king was very busy. There is something with you. What kind of work can be more important than a salary? More important than a royal family? The moon can't explain. I have doubted in my heart for so long. Lu Zhou Light Lilac. Tell the truth. There is something more important to him. In this world, there are always people who value something. There's only that in his eyes. They don't even sacrifice the people next to them. Zhang Yu heard that in his heart trembling. She remembered the days in the palace with the royal mother. In the Forbidden Palace. Except for the ritual, There's only one cold piece left. The palace is so big, but a little bit of affection is not a Seo. 10 days after the Kim lean carpet reasoning to enter 9 deep has spread throughout the spiritual world. Through a period of constant arguing, there are more and more groups that don't believe in this theory. They think the carpet, Kim lean, is a mythical conspiracy. Our base, there in the last 10 days, there were 10 practitioners who died after the Kim lean carving. One person survived. The movement is persistent. These people died. It's because they're all dying. After Kim lean was seriously injured, death comes very quickly. There is no reference value. The two sides argued endlessly, whether they believe it or not. The Kim lean method has spread throughout the spiritual world. There are even a lot of practitioners based on the carving of Kim lean to make even more radical arguments, such as before opening to carve Kim lean, how to turn Kim lean into gas. In the grave, a piece of black. Yu Shangrong had forgotten he was in a shallow well. How long did his hand lift? The small body appeared in the palm of the hand. Yu Shangrong, feel that the energy in the body is full. Prepare to charge up the 2 eels. A bright ring appeared on the body, running from the top down. Different from last time, the ring does not descend to the soles of the feet. Yu Shangrong thought completely through it. Key point, if there was no Kim, it can still be opened, so there is no need to Kim lean again. According to the vibration of the principle, the energy ring is getting brighter and brighter. The entire Dharma body glowed brightly over the shallow well. No matter what angle you look at it from then, the Yu Shangrong Go sword is still a great power fake sword. It's a rare genius in the world. From the sword enslaved Hai Dynasty of Macbac to the first sword king in Qingzhou, or Vietnamese royal sword of Longland, almost die at his hands. Practitioners who love the sword. There are a lot of people using swords as weapons, but to reach the power of Yu Shangrong, there's not much AI, but for every step forward, Yu Shangrong is clearly in the palm of the hand. You can feel the energy of the body growing higher and higher. The energy is constantly increasing. The resonant sound also becomes intense. Mr. Yu Shangrong is calmer now. When opening for the first time, many Yu Shangrong can almost be confirmed without Kim lean, can still open 8 deep. It's just a matter of time. A loud noise echoed. French body carnation RA from the 2 sides. It's equivalent to a Dharma body of about 2 sticks when the body of the carnation. This little shallow well, it can't hold its volume. Fortunately, the body is made of energy. It's a destructive force or not. They are all chosen by Yu Shangrong. Energy released from all sides. VA must wall and restore as before. Shrimp Yu Shangrong, raise your hand. The spirit enveloped his hand. Air condenser granular, sparkling gas. The needles shining around again. Yu Shangrong looked at Huan, HOA grass. It is a pity that all year round they are underwater. How can we survive? All of them have been dry for a long time. The Prince of Congress never gave up the pursuit of longevity. It was the same before, and it is the same now. There used to be a time. Yu Shangrong very despised this pursuit. Life and death are a common thing. It's not necessarily fun to be alive. When you die, you will rest. Only later did he understand. Being alive is the value of human existence. Yu Shangrong called out the body of the Buddha. Life of men. His small body floated in front of him. There is no needle under my feet. Around the French body, the 2 pieces of the chain are constantly spinning. Proof of 2-6. Yu Shangrong has successfully entered the original God Scene 2 EP. Yu Shangrong smiled. Looks good when opening for the first time. He was so low in his heart that he was gambling. But the 2 accounts confirmed. Carpet method needle contact feasible.